everyone, today I'm going to be doing a video on how to sex your snake using probes. Probing a snake is one of the most sure ways to decide a snake's sex. I'm going to be using these Lucky Reptile probes. I got them off of Amazon as far as I'm aware, and they were not that expensive. They were something like €10 or less. There are different size probes for you to use depending on your snake. So the one on the very far left would be used for, I'd say, something bigger than a ball python, whereas the ones on the far right could be used for, say, a small corn snake. Aside from probes, you're going to need a water-based lubricant. So I used this KY jelly, which is not actually sold in Ireland that I could find, so again I had to order it online. It was something like a £5. You're going to take your probe and you're going to find the smoother side. So the top side here has got smooth edges, whereas the bottom is more flat like a corner. So you want the smooth one so it goes in easily and doesn't cause any damage. You're then going to take some of the KY jelly and you're going to apply it to the probe. Don't put the probe inside the tube of KY jelly, because if there's any bacteria on it or such, you're going to end up putting it inside everything. Just let it blop out a bit like this and make sure there's plenty on the tip and a good bit far enough, about 1 inch to 2 inches down, just depending on the size of snake you're doing. Something I forgot to video, but I should mention, is I did sterilize all the probes beforehand. I used boiling water just to make sure they were clean, and then I wiped them clean with some tissue. Hold your snake with the tail facing away from you. Take the tip of the probe and find the scale just above the cloaca. You're going to be going under this purely just to move it out of the way so that you're not trying to fight against it. Once under that scale, you can face down towards the tail and look for one of the 2 little pockets. In males, these pockets are where their hemipenes are stored. When you find the entrance to the pocket, very gently push forward, and as soon as you have any sort of resistance, stop. So I can no longer push it in any further, so I'm going to mark where it was with my finger, take it out, and then hold it against his tail scales to see how many scales deep it went. A female will usually only probe 2 or 3 scales deep, whereas males will probe a lot more. So I know for definite that Noodle is a male. You can then just clean up your snake with a piece of tissue to make sure none of the lubricant is left behind, and that's it, you're done. For my scaleless corn snakes, it's a lot easier because there's no anal plate in the way. So I was able to just instantly find the little pocket, and with Adamite here, it only went in about 2 or 3 scales deep. So she was sold to me as a female. I believe she is a female. If you sex them and they come as female, it's a good idea to always do the other side in case you just did it incorrectly and they're actually a male. So they won't sex long on one side and short on the other. Usually you've just done it incorrectly and you didn't realise how long it actually was. My male scaleless was also pretty easy to sex because of the fact that, again, he doesn't have that scale over his anus. The reason I was sexing both of these guys is because I've paired them several times, or attempted to, and nothing's happened. So I was actually concerned that maybe they were both female, but he, as you can see from here, is most definitely a male. Just in case anyone is concerned, the matter that you can see on the vents of both the scaleless is actually just a little bit of fecal matter. It looks red on camera, I'm not sure why, but it is not blood. Here you can see just after I started removing the probe from this guy, you can actually see his other hemipene coming out. So their hemipenes are actually inverted inside themselves, and if ever there was a video to show 100% that this is a male, that was it. Probing should only ever really be done by someone who's experienced, and much preferably a vet. So if you are not confident in doing it yourself, please see someone who actually does know how to do it and who is confident in their ability to properly probe a snake. Because if you do it incorrectly, you can 100% damage your snake. That's it for this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below and I will do my absolute best to help. Thank you very much for watching.